I parked over here on the east side of the creek. Dad's, he sharpened the saw. This is the west side over here. I just crossed the little bridge there. It's the west side where we logged yesterday. That tree right there. We really want to cut it, but that thing leaned so hard back towards this power line here above us. We talked about it yesterday. Talked about it on the way home. Talked about it on the way up here. We just still haven't made up our mind if we're going to try to cut it or not. Just normally things like that don't bother us, but that thing's got such a lean to it, and the top's all on this side. And there's not a good place out there to pull to either, because there's so many little trees. So we might just leave that one, unfortunately. I hate to leave good trees, but I sure don't want to knock out power to the area either. That wouldn't look too good. And you can see how hard that thing leans. It just leans hard. Looks at all the tops over here. Pretty good pile of logs. A lot of these are 3 and 4 cut trees. We'll fire the skidder up, and I think real quick I'll put the forks on and try to sort a few of these out. I bucked them all up yesterday when we got done. I'm telling you, Dad was a man on a mission yesterday. He said I might have cut 5 or 6 trees. The rest of them was all him, and man, he was fired yesterday. So we'll check the oil and fluids on everything on the skidder. I might start it, let it warm, because it's a little chillier up here this morning. I'm hoping it'll clear off. We had cloud cover the whole way up. Of course, it's raining back home. So hopefully it'll clear off. It'll warm up a little up here, because it's pretty chilly this morning. Pretty chilly. We'll answer some questions later. I had and if you look at the comments on yesterday's video, Nick, he was asking about the frog fuel. And, I told him I'd go a little more in depth in the frog fuel, so we'll take a look at it here a little later today. But until then, let's get to work and try to get some wood out. We made pretty quick work of that. Looks a lot better. Got them all rowed up. Of course, I keep all the ends. All the big ends are facing one direction. All the little ends are facing the other direction. And I was in a hurry because I need to get over here and get to dragging logs, but I still need to run the brush grapple down here before we leave. So before we go to sell these logs, what I'll do is I'll line them up even. That way everything's just right there. Get a good, quick, easy scale on everything. My log buyers appreciate that so much, and I'm a firm believer that trickles down. That trickles down into my pocket, in my clients' pockets, when they appreciate how the logs are laid out. So we're going to jump over here now and get to dragging some logs out. I've had the skidder warming up, so it's a pretty good little pile of logs, man. These are some clean logs, no worm, no peck in them or anything. They're just good. They're not super big, but they're just good, clean. Almost every tree had a rotary log in it. And if you watched yesterday's video, we kind of went over what a rotary log was. We cut 2 trees out of a whole bunch, I think, maybe 3 that were bad. I know just 2 that were bad in the butt. I remember cutting this one, and I knew it was going to be bad before I cut it, which was part of the reason I did cut it. That tree could have stood to grow a little bit more, but I could see where I cut into it that it was already starting to hollow out, so I figured we'll just cut it now and utilize it. I need to trim that butt off. That way it clears up there at about a foot up, so we'll get it trimmed off to where it looks a little better. But yeah, good looking set of logs. Good looking set of logs. So I'm gonna throw my chaps on, jump on the skidder, go over here and get to dragging. Well, we ran out of gas. We didn't have a whole, I thought we had more chainsaw gas than what we did. We had two containers, and I thought the other one had quite a bit in it. And as usual, I was wrong. But these trees are a little bigger today. A little bigger. Some of them don't have near the quality as what we cut yesterday, but they're going to make up for it in size. They're still, a lot of them are multiple cut trees, you know, 3 and 4 pieces of tree. Dad's up there marking them up as we go. The skidder out here. So I think we've got 15 out so far this morning. And these bigger trees like this, especially when you go to top them and work them up, they take a little more gas and a little more time. So that's no worm, no peck. They're a good bunch of logs. These here are got a little sap on them, which means they're growing good. That's a pretty good tree there. I didn't get it trimmed up like I should have. That's a beast there. A lot of footage in that tree. One of these logs over here come off that. Well, we better go get some gas so we can get back to work. So we come to get some chainsaw gas, and we're getting a little red fuel too. Now, what I was saying earlier about frog fuel, there it is. Good old frog fuel. Dad went inside to get a little something to eat for lunch. I'm not going to eat lunch. This is going to be my lunch right here. Just a little shot of this. Helps keep you going, man. Good stuff. Kind of, in a way. I think it's good for you, but I don't know that, well, I can tell you right now, it doesn't taste the greatest in the world, but it keeps you going. Frog fuel. It's always a shame when you see a bunch of good walnut trees and they're on the other side of the fence. Right there's the property line running right down through there. My dad's cutting that one right there. It's right on the line. It's leaning back out this way, but man, it looks like there's several good ones out in there. We pushed on this one here a little bit just to play it safe. Got it out there. That's a pretty good log there. Pretty good log. I'm gonna jump on here and take a few out to the deck. Oh, maybe. Let's see if we can snake our way out of here. last one of the day right there. We got man, that tree there, I really want to cut it. It's going to be tricky. That one's it's leaning into it about full weight. It's washed out from underneath it there in the bank. That little ditch runs in, so it'll be tricky cutting that one, but I think I can get it down. Getting it down is no trouble. Getting it down and getting away from it in time, that's the fun part. But I got that one, and there's one more out there on the bank. I need to push some debris out from around, and we'll cut it. It's been a pretty good day. I don't know how many we got out, but there's a pile of them out there. Dad's out there, he's marking. I cut 2 or 3 more. This one was kind of hung up a little bit in that hackberry, so I pulled it down, cut it off, and then we'll go out. I've got another one sitting up here in the log road waiting, so we'll take 2 out. Make a good drag, good pile of logs out there. Good pile. Let's go see the deck. This is the deck. 34 more trees today. 35 pieces all together, but one of these pieces come off this big tree up here. Some of these are a little ornery. That one there crooked. Piece of a double right there. I'm starting to show a little bad spot there in the butt. I'm starting to sound like a log buyer nitpicking them all, aren't I? I didn't trim that one good. These are tall trees, long trees. That's a pretty good log there, got some size to it. That's a real good one up there. The butt's the other direction. One thing about it, these, like I said, no peck, no worm. This is that big tree that had another piece come off of it. It's a big chunk of wood there. Double crotch, not a double. It's a pretty good stick there. Pretty good set of logs. Pretty good set of logs. Tall, that's what I like about them, tall trees. I have to fire somebody. See, he ain't trimming them. That would be me. I got in a hurry, didn't get them trimmed up good. Good logs, just wish they were bigger. That's these logs, that's their biggest problem, with the fact that they're not bigger, and some of them got they're a little crooked, they're not perfectly straight, but other than that, they're super clean. Super clean, good logs. Good bunch here. Good bunch. That's it for today. Long day. I know me and Dad are both wore out. It's pushing 5 o'clock. It's starting to get dark. But we'll be back up there tomorrow to finish things up. We got just a handful of trees to cut on that job. Then we're going to buck them. We didn't buck today. We're going to buck them and we'll roll them up with a skid steer. So, hope you come back with us tomorrow. It's supposed to turn cold Friday, calling for snow. Stupid white Christmas. Kind of like the Grinch. I'm not a Christmas fan at all. I'm just not a Christmas person. I have my reasons. I'm just not a Christmas person. So yeah, we'll be back up there tomorrow to kind of put the wraps on that job. So hope you hang out with us tomorrow. Like I said, as always, be sure to check out our social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram at Turner Logging LLC. You can check out everything Timber Tracker with the Timber Tracker app. It's free to download. I'm just chomping at the bit to tell you some awesome things about that, but I just can't do it yet. It's not ideal. Then Logger Threads. And if we've got some new stuff we're getting, I know I keep saying that, but we do, and Shanae and I are trying to figure out how we're going to present it, because we've already got the designs made up. They're in print right now. We've been debating on whether to put them up on the website and possibly doing a pre-order. And how we'll do that is we'll actually, when you go to the website, you can sign up for that promo going on there. And the emails we get off that, we always send out the new designs. The people to get the drop their email address, they get first crack at with the new designs. So Shanae works really hard at all that. She's the brains behind all this. She's amazing, because I know I'm not smart enough to do it. So Be sure to check all that out, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Later.